everybody, to another exciting episodes of Acronymic Adventures, the Guild campaign. I am your host, DM Chaos, and we have our lovely group of adventurers here. And this is session 52, I'm told, so we have finally finished a full deck of cards. And we're trucking along here. So sorry about last week. I had some stuff going on, so wasn't able to be here. But we're still moving forward. I know we left everybody kind of on a cliffhanger in the middle of battle. But if you want to get caught up on previous episodes, you can do that on our Castles and Calamities Facebook page. And if you want to catch up on our sister campaign, which is going to be doing episode 69 this upcoming week on Tuesday. That is also on there. But let's see who. I think everybody's had a chance recently to do a recap, so let's let the dice decide again who's doing recap tonight. Gwen, your turn.
Oh, right. We let's see. I know we had the time before finished with the owl folks that were trying to come kill us. And then and then we moved along a little bit and we knew the Rakshasa types were going to come and get us. And so we hunkered down in a little like valley area and tried to set up some traps. And also one of the guys from somebody's solo mission showed up to help us out. He's a little bird bard guy. And then they weren't Rakshasas that attacked us. They were like sub they were just like tiger folk. I don't know. And we were in the middle of fighting them, and then that's where we are.
I think his name is Newing Strumsticks.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Awesome. Does anybody have anything they would like to add, subtract, multiply, or divide from that recap?
Yeah, as I look at it, Gwen, you prayed to Nimue right before we left, and found out that the god of lovers' messages carved into stumps is the one who put that hit on you from the Golden Suns.
Yeah.
And
I didn't think that was.
well, that's the one we're gonna have to fight with next.
Yeah, exactly. That's next week's problem.
Next week's problem. Also, they're called Zakia, the Tigerkin. They were a race enslaved by the Rakshasas. So, there's that.
Awesome. All right. So we were in the middle of combat and we are picking back up, and I somehow kept my note cards, so let's keep going. So Tiger up top is dead in a hole. This guy is in a hole. Hurt, 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 big hurt, kind of hurt. Also kind of hurt. Somebody's floating sword. I think that was Ollie's. Yep. Briar patch in the middle. All right. And Ollie, you are up.
Yep. Ollie's gonna move 5 feet to like the edge of the dome, stick his hand out, and he is going to cast Guiding Bolt at this guy, the one outside
Okay.
And I rolled a 15 to hit. Does it hit?
There's my it misses.
That's unfortunate.
It hits his chest and bounces off, and he laughs at you.
Oh.
And then I'm gonna stick my hand back and move my weapon 20 feet over here, hovering above the briars. I don't have control
Alright.
over it.
Is Ollie the type of owl who would care about someone laughing at him for not being strong enough?
Not really.
Okay, I kind of figured.
He's like, all right, you'll die eventually. Whether my hand or the others. So yeah, that will be the end of my turn.
Alright. Balsec, you were up.
Sweet. I am going to move right there. Have my use my bonus action to make my ghouls move like that. And what weapon did I have at the moment? I think it was a whip. Okay. I also gotta just cool. I'm just making sure I removed my Hexblade's curse and everything because I think it was on the big tiger and he's dead now. Okay, I'm gonna make a attack on this tigerkin.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Ooh, crit. Is it showing on the
Not on the
roll
chat.
20?
It is not.
Roll 20 might be down for
It's on
me.
D&D Beyond though. You're good.
Or the
So
beyond 20,
29.
I mean. Yeah.
That hits. What is your alignment?
Level neutral.
Okay.
It did 9 damage.
And then was that adding in the max attack?
Oh no, that would be 11 damage with max attack.
Okay. All right.
And that'll be my turn.
Are your ghouls going to attack?
I think I can only command them to move right now as the bonus action. Or can you? I don't know.
I think you can have them move to attack.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't pull up the stats for a ghoul. I'll do that really fast.
I got it.
Oh, okay. I think they just make one attack each.
Yeah. Do you want them to make bite or claw attacks?
Bite.
Okay. Both miss.
Okay.
All right. Boudica, you're up.
Okay.
Okay. Just making sure Beyond 20 was back up.
I'm going to I haven't used this play yet, so I'm gonna do what's it? 60 feet. I'm gonna do Ominous Winds on. Let's go. We'll go this guy, and that guy, and they need to make a Charisma saving throw of 17.
So the guy in the back saves, other two fail. What does that do?
Okay, so it basically, if it makes an attack roll or saving throw, it must subtract a d12 from the number rolled.
Wow.
Brutal.
Whoa.
What's it called again?
Ominous Winds.
Ominous winds.
It's pretty crazy.
That is that one of the new spells?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I've had it on my spell list for a while, but I have yet been able to use it.
How high is your charisma?
I'm a 15,
Gotcha.
but because
Oh, I guess you don't. You use
I'm
wisdom,
wisdom
don't you?
based.
Yeah.
So my
Yeah, it's still your spell
Yeah.
modifier.
So you
Yeah.
have 6 on yours. That makes sense.
Dang, it affects 3 creep. That's crazy.
That's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. For
But it's
level
only
2
their
spell, it's
next
really good.
attacker spell, right?
Oh. Okay, that's
whenever a target that fails a saving throw makes an attack or saving throw before the spell ends. So it's one action.
Oh no,
yeah.
it's for one. No, it's for
Oh,
1
it's for
minute.
1 minute. Ooh.
whoa. And it's a D12. Dang. That's a good spell.
Well, thank you, Boudica.
Yeah.
Good debuff. At
Which
least
guy
Reese
saved
was
on it?
thinking that. He's up in a
Was
tree
it this
right
guy?
The guy in the back. The guy that's farthest
This one?
away from you.
Okay.
now. Would you like be able to put like an icon or an aura or something on the ones affected?
Yeah, I'll put a. You know what book that's from?
The Humblewood?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I think that's what it's called, is Humblewood?
Ebon Tides.
Yep, totally not. Oh, it even says it right there.
Huh. All right. Cool. All right. He's dead. All right, Gwen, you are up.
Okay. I'm going to have. Where is that? Hypnotic pattern to hit the two guys over here. 'Cause they just zone
These
out.
two.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the save on that?
19 wisdom.
And they both fail, so they are glowy.
And they're just staring off into space.
The one guy's just laying there and with a spike sticking out of him, just staring.
God
It's like,
dang, you have a 19?
Yeah. I think we should, if we can, maybe like tie some of them up so we can question them. I can speak their language if I have 10 minutes.
All right, it's their turn. Those two are not doing anything. This guy's going to
Hey, 19 is crazy.
up here and they're going to all attack ghouls. This one hits. So he deals 9 damage, which is not enough to kill your, well, not enough to kill your ghoul. Because they use regular ghoul stats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
22 hit points.
And these things actually have 3 attacks. So second round of attacks. The other 2 hit. So and third round.
Oh.
And I'm
Nice.
guessing they're all going to go down for that.
Each one's been hit at least twice.
Yeah. This one over here is standing with 1 hit point. These 2 both go down.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was like, I was like trying to write that down quick enough. I was like,
I was keeping track. Yeah,
Cool,
this one
appreciate ya.
has 1 hit point because he took 21 points of damage.
Okay.
This one was the one that got critted, so he definitely died.
So
and-
one did crit damage and one did a crit hit. Crazy.
Yeah, and then this one took exactly 22 points of damage, which was enough to drop it.
Yeah.
Better them than you.
Yeah, that's what they're for.
All right. And New Wing's turn, and that means I need to actually bring him up.
I forgot about that guy.
Mhm.
Actually, this guy is totally fine. No. This one's totally fine.
Okay.
Because this one's dead. Because that was the one that had the heat metal on it.
Oh, gotcha.
So he catches on fire and burns away. New Wing laughs at that. And he is going to he's gonna pop his head out and be like, Saltic, my man, would you like to be bigger and scarier?
If you insist.
He is going to cast Polymorph on you
Oh, shit.
and turn you into a T-Rex.
A robot T-Rex. Fuck yeah.
So if you want to pull the stat block up for that.
Yeah.
Wait, is he now like a CR5 T-Rex?
T-Rex is a CR5 any. Hold on, wait.
They're challenge 8. If I'm looking at the right one.
Okay, so he has to be a CR. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I think
Oh yeah,
you'd
because it
have
has to
use
equal your
true
level.
polymorph to do anything. Yeah.
I think
On the-
he could do
Hang on.
like trying to think of CR5 animals off the top of my head.
Brontosaurus.
Yeah.
Or an elephant.
Yeah, I think giant crabs fit that. Crocodiles or something, I don't know.
Ooh, Stegosaurus. That's CR4.
Triceratops.
All right, he's going to turn you into a large subterranean lizard.
But so underground, dude.
Typing this all into Midjourney right now.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll pull up
I got
a token.
one for you. You got one. I have one too.
Oh. I was like, you can worry about whatever you got to do for now, and I'll just upload it if you want, or vice versa. I don't care.
All right. So Saltec, we're just putting you up there.
It's nice to see you, Saltec. Wow, he's big boy.
Yeah, that works.
We're gonna just move him out of there so you can still get to him.
Large subterranean lizard, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can pull the stats on that.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I found the right one. 85 hit points, dang.
So he's really tall, right? Like he's super high up there.
Yeah, he's a huge creature.
Okay.
He's like, good luck. And he goes back inside. And that's his turn. Raceland, you're up.
Do they know I'm here?
What did you do last time?
I shot someone and threw a dagger in their head.
They. I think you hid afterwards, so they know somebody else is out there, but they don't see you, especially now.
So I would have advantage on an attack.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And do either of them look hurt?
Everybody's somewhat hurt.
All right. I'll try to shoot him with my bow and arrow.
Okay.
I'm going to use sharpshooter.
Both of those hit.
Okay. 28.
Okay. And what's your alignment?
Neutral or chaotic good.
Okay. And your bow is good, right? Or is magical?
It's +1.
Okay.
I think isn't that the one that Ollie made for you?
No, this is the one
no,
he was
because
given by
that one
the orc
Oh,
lady.
disappeared
oh,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
time
yeah.
skip. This is when the giants were making everything.
Wait, was it from the Giants or the Barb
The orc,
Need?
the orc lady gave it
Yeah,
to
yeah.
him.
Oh, the oracle. That's right. Yeah. That's
Barb,
So,
Barb's daughter.
okay, your first shot goes and blows a hole through the first guy, and he catches on fire with glowing white light and dies.
Jeez. Okay.
Your second shot, I'm assuming you're shooting at the other guy.
Oh, I haven't shot anyone else.
You fire. You
I have
fired twice.
elven
That was what.
accuracy,
Oh, okay,
so
that's right.
I have to do yeah, 3
Right. Okay.
shots.
Yep.
Race is like he's pretty impressed by like how amazing Saltic looks, so he doesn't really want to take all the prey. So after that, kind of just so hyped on how big Saltic is, he comes out, leaps in the air, and he's gonna do like a perfect 360 spin layout. And then as he's falling from the layout, he's gonna use his bonus action to cast his Misty Step to land onto the back of Saltek. Bow
Okay.
drawn.
We're really having a Legolas and Gimli like, oh, you can't steal my thunder. I'm gonna
Roll an
do it.
acrobatics check to see how cool it looks while you do your flip. It looks really cool.
Hell yeah, man.
Cool. Yeah, just a perfect like Olympic level layout 360 and then just sort of turns into smoke as he Misty Steps, lands right on his back. Does a single pet on Saltek and says, "You're a big boy now, Saltek. I look forward to seeing you rip him to shreds." And then gets his bow drawn, and it's end of my turn.
All right. Awesome. Ollie, you're up.
All right. Bonus action. My spiritual weapon will make its way 20 feet and give a a bonk onto that Zakia. So let me roll an attack for it.
Okay.
It's just a spell attack, so I'll just roll a spell attack. And that's a miss with a 13.
Yep.
So, all right. And then Ollie will stick his hand out of the thing and cast Toll the Dead on the creature. So please make a wisdom saving throw for it. Well, Ollie's that. Yeah, that's it.
Sorry.
Which one did
Enter.
you do it on?
The one over here. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm not attacking the ones that have like the hypnotic pattern or anything, but like my spiritual weapon didn't do it, my attack didn't do it. I'm done.
Oh.
All right, Celtic, you're up.
Okay. So I have all the stats of the creature now, right?
Yes.
2 intelligence. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm not gonna remember this.
Sorry, you keep your mental stats,
Oh,
You get its physical stats, and I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Thank God, or else he'd be bucking me off and eating me right
I know.
now.
I'd probably just eat some
Yeah, that'd be a
Richland and
bummer.
It's polymorph, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
polymer.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah,
keeps
no,
all
you-
of his mental and stuff. He just has the abilities of it.
Okay. Cool.
you retain your alignment and personality, but you do all stats are replaced. So yeah, you're as dumb as a bag of rocks.
Yeah.
It's druids that keep their mental stats when they
Right,
turn into an
yeah.
animal.
Oh.
But there's a chewy looking tiger in front of you.
Yeah. No, I mean it's obviously the aggressor.
Perfect. You hit and you chomp.
Sweet. This thing is just ripped in half.
What'd you roll?
21 to hit, 23 damage.
That
Nice.
doesn't kill it though, so
Oh,
roll your
well.
tail. All right. So I'm gonna say you did those in the other order. So you
Yeah, I guess
whap
that
it
would
with
make
your
sense.
tail to pop it in the air, and then you catch it in your mouth and shake it, and you rip it in half, and you're chewing on it as it starts to burn as it dies, because that was enough to kill it.
Oh yeah.
All right, Boudica, you're up. There's one in a pit and one who is staring at the lights.
The one in the pit is also staring at the light.
He just has a spike through him.
Oh.
Help me tie them up.
Yeah, I think I have rope. Yes, I do have rope.
You're tying
I
up the skewered one?
I will go and tie up this guy, so I will fly over here and proceed to tie him up.
Is he resisting, or is he too fucked up?
He's all
or
like
messed up?
and hit this guy.
He's indisposed or whatever. I think if you shake him, so he probably like wakes up as she's tying him up, but like by that point, he's tied up.
Yeah.
All right. Roll a dex save to see how well you tied them up.
It's a good thing you spent all those years in the Owl Scouts.
All right, we'll see what happens.
I think I got it, Gwen. And that's my turn.
All right, we will pause initiative. Are you doing the one in the hole or just the one that's not in the hole?
Just the one that's not in the hole.
All right.
How deep was our hole?
I mean, it could be
Like 10
super
feet?
deep technically, because you can dig 5 feet every 6 seconds with Seabirth, right? So that was the question. I don't really know how deep we meant to make it, but
I mean, if
I
you say
thought
like
this-
15 feet.
Yeah, like deep enough that you can't like he's even if he's not on the spike, that he's not like
he's not jumping out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Awesome. Gwen, are you going to are we just leaving that guy in there?
I mean, should we pull him off the spike? Should we leave him on the spike?
Have more rope.
I mean, we should probably take him off the spike and tie him up too. Ollie, you can fly. Go down there.
Sure. Ollie will head out.
Mostly because I'll get stuck in the hole.
No worries.
I'm assuming are we out of combat? Are we still in combat?
That's what I'm also like was hesitant about. I'm like, okay. So if we're out of combat, Ollie will go down and start tying this guy up.
Has Newing dropped the polymorph yet?
Also,
No, he's strumming along, watching you rampage around.
Fuck.
just a heads up.
It's
I know,
way-
like with initiative and everything, there's an order to things, but just to say it out loud, once like combat really is over, Rayson would send his familiar like to scour the area for like additional ambushes.
I would say combat's over. You don't find any more.
Cool.
Anybody else around?
Awesome.
Well,
I let people know that as I descend from the giant Celtic.
while they're tying them up, I'm going to start the ritual for comprehend languages.
Ollie, roll a dex save to see how well you tie yours up.
9.
At least that one's in the hole. Actually, maybe push the other one in the hole, Bone. But try to avoid the spikes.
Can I give? Well, no, it's dex save, so I can't even give myself a bit. Yeah, that's just a 9.
Gwen, I'm going to.
Are we pushing the other one in the hole too?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, yeah, put him in the hole too. Just try not to stab him with the spikes this time. Kind of right off the edge. Just.
I will try to lower him down with my rope.
I'll help you since
Okay.
I've got
Thanks.
some
I'm
extra
not
hands.
the strongest.
Also, Raceland should probably tag are not. He's like super dexy. He's like their Boy Scout. He's probably like.
Oh yeah, Raceland, you want to double check my knot?
I'd be happy to.
Make a survival check, Raceland. These knots are not secure.
I hate to tell it to you,
She tied these
Boudica.
like she's tying shoes.
I love you like my own sister, but that tying is not maybe your strongest suit. Would you mind if I helped you rework these things? You as well, Gwen. Why don't we have a knot tying lesson together?
I
Maybe
thought
next
they
time
seemed
we'll get
kind of
them right.
loose.
Yeah, if you're double checking things, do you mind checking my work, Raceland?
Happy to help. That's why I'm here. The scout is here to tie people up. That sounded weird.
It should be the fucking. It should be the thief over here, but you know. Gwen, I'm going to use my rune shaper and give you comprehend language, so you don't have to spend 10 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, did I find my arrows, my dagger easily, by the way? I first I thought that they'd just be stuck in the body, but then I remember that my arrows seem to have a propensity to blow through bodies.
Yeah, you find them. They're buried in the ground over here. You guys also look over, and Saltek is currently chewing on Ollie's spiritual weapon sword like a chew toy.
Well,
Probably.
isn't it not tangible?
Yeah, it's not tangible.
He's just like
No,
frustratingly trying to get it.
All right,
It's like
he's
a
chasing,
cat with a
he's
laser
chasing
toy.
it. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
laser toy.
I was like, he wouldn't be eating the people. I'm pretty sure my diet is still metal at this point.
Like a stick. Ellie
Yeah,
throws the sword and he goes chasing after it.
What's the Ben Stiller movie with the T-Rex? The museum.
Night at the
Night at
museum.
the museum.
That one movie at the museum where they spend the night there.
Yeah. Got the name.
Oh, do you need me to roll for the knots or
No, the survival check
cover the knots?
covered
Okay.
the knots. Yeah.
Also, I was just thinking, like, wait, comprehend languages, that only helps with us understanding them. It doesn't help with them understanding us.
I'm fluent in Infernal, but I'm a Saltexilla right now. By the way,
Yeah.
I could talk to them.
New Wing walks over and hits you on the back and says, "You got this, girl," and casts tongues on you.
All right. and he's like, You can have hugs. No, I'm leaving Falsec like that. That's just entertaining.
The linguist of the group. Now you can stay as a lizard.
It's
Yep.
fine. It's fine.
He's like, do you guys want him back, or should we?
Drumsticks has always been kind of a troll. It's not
That does
shocking.
sound like him, yeah.
He does look like he's having fun, but he would also probably like to learn stuff.
He's a large beast. He's my friend.
Oh yeah, you can talk
I
to
can
him
go over
just
there
fine.
and talk to him.
Yeah, Boudica can actually talk to him in this form.
I'll go over there and
Nice.
be like, "Hey, buddy." We're
Dot,
learning
dot, dot.
things.
Yeah, he's still just trying to bite the sword and not doing anything.
I'll snap my fingers. Hey, 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 right here.
Hungry.
Well, there's dead bodies there if you're hungry.
Metal.
Uh, she'll take out a dagger. Heck over
Yeah.
here, boy.
His eyes are like locked on it right now.
She'll bring him over to everybody, and then just chuck the dagger in his mouth.
Stop wasting the bloody daggers. Try to find something else. Oh god. Everyone's always throwing away their daggers.
You guys do notice the Zakia that died burned away, but their armor and weapons stayed.
Oh,
Oh, he's eating the
That's
shit out
helpful.
of that then.
Oh no. Somebody protect the fucking weapons.
Detect magic!
There is no magic.
Okay. Eat away, buddy.
They have scale mail, shields, long swords, and clothes.
Are the clothes
I
soiled
mean,
in blood?
it looks really
Or do they have like backup
loincloths,
clothes?
dude. You saw their pictures. They're like loincloths.
Yeah,
Let's be
that's
honest.
true. I don't think
Yeah.
Raceland would have the
Loincloths
confidence.
And, yeah, loincloths and nipple studs.
Yep.
Definitely not the confidence for nipple studs.
Loincloth. Nipple
Okay,
studs.
that one's armored.
That actually looks like a nice armor, like a leather armor.
Loincloth.
I think the nipple studs is the one in the hole. Or no, nipple
Oh,
studs. Is over here?
loincloth.
There
no,
it
he's-
is.
Nipple studs. And a loincloth.
Yeah, feel free to eat all of that.
Boudica holds it
Eat
up.
your
I don't
fill.
think it's really my size.
I'd have to have too much wine to be safe to be wearing something like that.
I mean, I
Speaking
would
of
like
which,
to
is there any wine
keep
around here?
Maybe like a few of them in order to sell them. That could be a bargaining.
We
What,
better
the
go
nipple
get it away
studs?
from.
Then-
You gonna
should
start a
probably
piercing
stop me.
business?
The armor, I mean. The armor,
armor.
and the swords.
Got it.
I'd probably go stop Saltic if I were you.
And there's 3 shields there.
Yeah,
When you
Ollie
hear
will,
Probably
Raceland starts
able to eat them
using
in one bite too.
yeah, Ollie
Raceland
will
starts
hurry-
using
Yeah,
Oh,
he'll
sorry, go ahead.
hurriedly try to save a few sets of armor and shields. I don't know if you want me to roll for it or just give me a number.
When he sees you doing that, New Wing drops concentration, and Saltek returns, and he's got like the armored loincloth of somebody hanging out of his mouth.
Gracefully.
Did it work, knowing? It must have. Well, he can talk with his mouth full. It's just a voice that comes out of his,
Oh, that's
him.
true, yeah.
It must have worked. If they're
Uh,
dead.
I believe it did.
We got 2 alive over here in this pit.
Ah.
And
Have
I'm
Ollie-
gonna
we-
talk to them.
Have we questioned them yet?
We were waiting for you.
Oh.
She
Very
sounds
kind of you.
disappointed.
When I assume you drop your concentration.
Yeah.
Okay, because otherwise Salta died walking through that.
Oh,
I think I dropped my concentration on that when I concentrated on making these guys stare at the sky. So.
Oh, okay.
Isn't comprehend language concentration? Or am I wrong?
New Wing cast tongues, and that's
Oh
not
yeah,
a,
that's
not
right.
a
New Wings
not a
did test
concentration
tongues.
spell.
well, what should I ask
and
him
actually
first?
comprehend languages is not concentration either.
Gotcha.
But yes, you guys awake down there?
You hear rars at you.
You guys speak any language? Because we're speaking in languages
I
here.
heard one of you speak Infernal. I say in Infernal.
You hear both of them spitting at you.
Look, do you want us to kill you? Because
Yes,
we
I'm
know
sure.
that you're slaves, and we don't want to kill you if you're being forced to do this.
You hear one of them say, either you kill us or we go back and we're tortured and then killed.
So, out of curiosity, can shape water manipulate other liquids?
No, it can shape water.
Okay. Do we have like a vial of poison?
I do.
Boudica does.
Rayson like uses telekinesis to like take the vial out of Boudica's belt loop or whatever and like hangs it over, magically like levitating over their heads. We can torture you too. It might be even more painful than you might imagine with your bosses. Also
We're
thinks like,
not that. Do you guys have to go back? I mean, you could just be free out in the world, free.
Yeah, I'll translate that for her.
No, I have tongues.
She has
Oh,
tongues.
you have tongues. My bad.
One of them lifts up the side of his loincloth, and you see he has a mark similar to yours. He always knows where we are, and he can snap us back at any point.
You see, for a moment there, I thought he was about to do something completely different.
I thought he was gonna flash.
I thought he was gonna flash us.
That's why I said
yeah.
the side of
Yeah.
he's showing his thigh where his mark is.
Mm-hmm.
No, he lifts the front and says,
Look,
"Lick my furry balls."
See a way we can get you out of this.
How long does Bogosfa intend to give chase to us?
We were just the first wave.
Of
because
how
we
many?
were the closest. Well, probably until he feels that you're worthy for him to come himself. We're just like tests.
I see.
He's just testing you. Like, you know, when you go on a hunt and you send dogs to go chase the animal, and then the hunter comes in for the kill themselves? That's all we are, is we're just the first scout dogs.
Those were my words exactly before we met you. Well, then I suppose there isn't much more to say. Do any of you have any more questions?
I mean, I still don't think we should kill them. I mean, if they don't want to go back, then there's two of you.
Rayson sighs and brings the poison back up telekinetically and gives it back to Boudica. Do what you want.
You'll be snapped back by Bogosvat or sent back if I kill you. Which do you prefer? Which one causes you the least torture? I see no reason to put you through it. You did fight honorably.
If you kill us, then we died doing our mission and our souls are freed. If we go back, our souls are still bound.
Well, if you put it that way, I guess.
To where exactly? The lower planes, upper planes?
Our souls are just freed from his control. I'm not sure where we go. We would end up back in his domain. if we
Well,
went back by his command.
then I see. Any final wishes, or should I hurry before he summons you?
I would just make it quick.
Really sure there's no way to clear off these marks just wholly or something? We got clerics, we got gods.
If you kill him, the marks go away for everyone. So if you want to free our people, I would suggest you kill him.
Well, if he would show his face instead of being a little baby.
Be careful what you wish for. I'm not sure we could handle it if he showed his face at this moment.
Very well.
He's like the size of 3 houses, right?
Let me summon a more humane weapon. What does 40 give me?
The least humane weapon.
Well, I've got a whip right now. That's not a good executioner weapon. That's pretty cruel.
Yeah, that's fair. What did you roll with a 40?
1 second. I'm scrolling down. A maul. That's actually probably pretty good. An illegal maul, I guess. Go figure. And yeah, I will, like, to the back of the head, I guess, so it's painless. Just execute him.
All right. You do that, and you see them burn away, and you do notice that once again they burn away with a white fire.
A white fire?
You do hear just a quiet thank you.
Gotcha. What would the white fire indicate?
Roll a religion check. You're not sure.
Yeah.
Anybody else can roll a religion check if they want to.
I just feel like Raceland wouldn't know, so I'm not going to roll.
Bodica definitely doesn't know.
We're having terrible, like.
All right, Ollie,
know.
this is your time to shine.
28's pretty shiny.
You would know that typically black flames would mean they were going to the hells, or like dark red flames. White flames normally mean some type of holy or upper planar fire of
But aren't
some
they going
sort.
back to the hells? They're just going back in the good graces of the
No.
Rakshasa?
Because he said that when they died, they were being released from the Rakshasa. Because they're not Rakshasa. They're a subspecies of Rakshasa that was tamed by the Rakshasa. So they died doing what they did. They were freed from the Rakshasa's curse.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah, because that would
Gotcha.
that would make sense. Because he even said back when he put the mark on us that he was gonna kill us when he found us, but he wasn't gonna claim our souls. So it sounds like he's at least got some kind of like code of conduct.
Well, he's a devil, right? Like he has to. Or is he a demon?
I can't remember.
He's a. I think
they're devils, like in vanilla D&D, but I can't remember if you homebrewed it differently.
No, they're devils.
Okay.
Okay.
So then they have to follow rules.
Yeah, honor
Right.
system is still there, even if they're evil.
Right. So
Most
Yeah.
likely the reason we didn't lose our souls because it didn't fit into something you need to have.
Mm-hmm.
right. So as long as they completed they died in battle, their souls would be released. You would know, Ollie, they probably went to some type of warrior's paradise because they died in battle.
They're like their tiger version of Valhalla.
Right.
Got it. Ollie will relay this to the rest of the group, explaining the white fire significance.
Well, thank God I didn't dump a bunch of poison on him.
Well, I wonder if Bogosvat does this in order to, well, maybe out of spite or competition against Sotorim the Soul Weaver.
you guys
Seems
are not
rare that
sure.
a devil wouldn't claim a soul.
Celtic, roll a history check.
Okay. Then I'll do tactical mind. So tactical assessments. That's 27.
Okay. You would know the devils. The different types of devils use souls differently. These and not all the creatures on the lower planes are technically fiends because or weren't always fiends.
Okay.
So if you go back far back eons in the histories, the devils and the demons started in one plane and worked their way outward.
Mm-hmm.
And they just hit a neutral point where it was like the upper planes and the lower planes. They hit this like balance where between good and evil. So it's possible that these creatures were at one point not fiend creatures and that their souls are being used and that this was that he had claimed their souls and this is the
Oh, that's the conditions of
that is the condition is once it's used for his purposes it's released. So like if you use a soul coin and it's spent, or like if they claim a soul and it's used, it gets, once it's used, it's been like they can claim all the souls and hoard them, but once they use a soul for whatever purpose, that soul's either consumed or something else happens to it.
Gotcha. So
So
then sorry, go ahead.
in this case, the souls served their purpose, so they are released because they did what they followed his orders and they completed their job, so he no longer had a control over them. So you would assume that whatever contract of control he has over this race is limited to if they die following his mission, then they are freed. Or if he dies, that mark is released and they are now free people again.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So essentially,
makes
from
sense.
chess terms, he's able to create a bunch of pawn pieces that can be sacrificed once, but then after that, he loses control over it.
Correct.
Makes sense. So then, once again, Zataram would be probably a rare case as far as we know. He's one of the only ones that once he uses a soul, it's destroyed.
It depends because I mean, there it could be you don't know because every contract's going to be different. It could just be that's how his contract with this race or the tribe or however he got control of these people
Yeah.
was
No,
set
I'm
up.
talking about the guy we met in the Will-O-Wisp cave.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Every fiend you run into is going to have a different level of control. What they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
Different guys get kicks out of different things, I guess.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we feel pretty safe right now, right? Like everyone was dead. We didn't see anybody with our familiars.
Correct.
They all went poof.
Yep.
We have their armor, except for whatever Celtic managed to nibble on.
I would say he destroyed one set of armor before Newing stopped him.
So
So
he's
he would
feeling
have got 5
kind
sets
of full.
or 4 sets.
4 sets of armor, 5 shields, 5 longswords. None of them are magical. They're all just normal.
We got attacked relatively like pre-dawn. Is it
Yep.
still like pre-dawn or is the sun rising?
I would say it's early morning now once you get everything settled and with the tying up and everything.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember how we got here. Did we walk or I know we originally had carriages and then I think we lost.
Oh no, we still have them.
You
Okay.
have
We just
one.
put them
You
out of
have
the
one
way.
cart.
We have one cart.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, Saltek, there is a giant dead tiger at the other pit.
Ooh.
Super giant. Oh, I'd love to get him and try to take some of his valuable things like his teeth and maybe
Okay.
take his fur to turn into like a pelt that I can use for armor. If leather crafting is possible off of his fur.
Yes, give me 1 second here. I said that and did not have what I wanted to have open.
Since he didn't disappear into a puff of smoke. His organs might be useful for strings for bows. Or piano wire choking people to death vibes. It's not creepy.
It's cat good. It's for stitches for giants.
Stitches for giants. There we go. Is he like a magical tiger because he's giant? We had talked about how you could use dino skin for bag of holding. Can you use gigantic magical demon tiger skin for bags of holding? If we were to like skin it in such a way? Be kind of a nice flare. Very 80s. What's your charisma out of curiosity?
Mine,
Yeah.
24.
Damn, that's insane.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
You are probably
She's
the
good. She's
friendliest
good at
person
one
on the
thing.
entire planet. And if you want a party to start, people who are like total introverts will be like setting it up for you.
Yeah. She can start a party wherever she wants.
It also makes you like the greatest liar of all time, which is kind of terrifying.
I mean, I guess the only thing she does not have even proficiency in deception. I mean, she still
still
has a
though,
plus
like that still
7,
makes her
but like,
like
but she has
Yeah.
a plus 13 to persuasion. So
damn, a plus 13.
You're only 1 point behind me in deception, and I actually do have proficiency. That's pretty crazy.
God. That's pretty cool. So were you focusing a lot during the schooling on like really raising your base stat?
yeah.
Smart. Smart. I was sort of dumb with that. I was like, oh, I've got the Lynx thing, so I'll be plus 6. And the
Yeah.
Lynx went away. By Lynx armor.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get it back someday.
24. That's awesome. I feel like Rayson like wants to like create these like get rich quick schemes now using Gwen's super charisma. We'll run a bar. You'll get more tips than anyone's ever gotten in all of history.
But Gwen's like, I don't care about money. Money?
Yeah, I think everyone knows that after for the viewers who hadn't heard it, the first time I think that you failed your chaos magic, we ended up with like a gigantic hulking thing of gold with a sword in it. It was
And she's
worth
just
like,
like, it's shiny. It's
like
pretty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't want to sell it. It's just like it looks nice by the living room. And then we like have one magical item to get, and you're like, I don't really need the big hulking thing of gold. Gwen does not care about money. It's true. We see that. But that was a good thing, I
Yes.
guess. If Gwen was obsessed with money, she would be like a terrifying, evilly charismatic being.
Roll a nature check.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Not survival?
You can roll survival, I guess.
Can someone help me?
Sure.
And he'll also
Oh,
cast
many
guidance
thanks.
on you.
Oh, many thanks. Apparently I was destined for 23.
26.
26, yeah.
Well, yeah. Thanks to Ollie.
Okay. You are able to harvest the pelt and the skull.
Nice. I get the
And it's two front paws.
And what would I be able to do with the front paws? As far as
Um,
like weapons, tools,
Nothing
etc.
much, but you could probably trade them.
Okay.
Same with the skull. You don't think you could do much with it, but you know that you could probably find some weirdo to buy it.
Some creepies that
Yeah,
think giant tiger skulls are worth putting on their mantle.
right. But the
So
pelt, you
the
figure
the
you could either turn it into a giant rug, or you could probably get two sets of some type of hide armor out of it.
okay. And normally there are claws inside giant tiger paws.
Yeah, you look at them and they're not worth that. You don't think they would have a use as
I couldn't
weapons
make them
because
a
they're too
weapon. Yeah.
brittle.
They're hollow inside.
They're hollow, yeah.
Just like
So
a
like,
cat tiger.
yeah, so like the paw itself is probably worth more. You could like make something out of them once, but it would be something that would be like a single use and it would be break and be done.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I got stuff then.
Yeah.
Walking around with this giant pelt that's bigger than me. Look at this fucking thing. It's amazing. I wonder what I can do with it.
Just gonna turn
There's a
into a
cart
sleeping
nearby
bag.
that we can like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you guys left it. It's just around the corner.
I drag my pelts over there, all happy as can be, whistling some silly wood elf tune.
New Wing says, "Right. Well, I will be off. It was good to see everybody. Great battle, and I have a new story to share. I got to go and write a new song."
This
So
was a much less crabby experience than the last one. I'm
that it
glad you were
was.
here with us.
That it was. Yes.
Okay.
But I will have a sequel to Raceland and the Giant Crab. Now I have Raceland and the Giant Tiger.
It seems like it's always Raceland and a giant something.
Well, maybe if you fought smaller things.
Only the most epic
Or
of
maybe
fights
he's
for you, my
secretly
friend.
calling you short.
Well, maybe he is. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, I'm not that short. All right, I'm a little bit short.
Right.
You're no Boudica. You're at least 2 Boudicas tall.
If I didn't kill giant things, how would Fool Kavarti feel about it? I've got to think about me gods and me goddesses. We're destroying big or we're not destroying at all. Actually, no, we'll destroy everything. Wait.
I think that makes us the bad guys.
Yes, quite. Well, then he just gets really embarrassed and like pulls the hood up and the scarf. It's like, I'll just Hang out over here with me new pelt.
Ollie goes and pats him on the shoulder. Like, there,
Feeling
there.
awkward as fuck. Thank you, Ollie. You've always been kind to me, even when I'm extremely awkward.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, you create amazing stories, but perhaps leave it to the bards to write the lyrics.
I might be a poet, but I'm certainly not a story writer. I'll tell you that much.
Very true.
You can see like a little look of pain, Racing, when you say very true, but like he doesn't say anything.
All right. Well, he bids you all farewell and he heads off.
I guess we'll focus on breakfast and then clean up the area one last time and head on. We have a full day of travel because before we have to deal with the Golden Suns tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Yes, and I don't believe we'll be so lucky as to run into another guild member again.
Probably not.
Unless it's our fate. Praise Valakerna. Perhaps. True, some sort of divine luck. We might.
I mean, you gotta meet at least one more person who is dead, who's pretending to be that person. Like we got that whole betrayal prophecy thing.
Very true.
We won't know until we know.
All right. I don't want my maps to get bigger. I want them to get smaller.
Classic problem.
I was like, okay, first set of new maps, and they are okay. Two of those are like world maps. Okay, let's do another set. Those are all world maps. Too much. All right. So, as you guys are setting up for your next little encounter, first off, roll D100. Let's do race then.
Okay. While we're setting up stuff, do you rebuild your ghoul, by the way, Saltek?
He
Yeah,
said he did that while you guys were.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually
It's just got the red X, so it's fine. Dang,
because
20?
it's only an action to cast that spell. It's actually really fast.
20 is fine, I guess. It's not 1.
All right. It starts raining heavily.
Alright, maybe it's not fine. Do we have arcane or old school umbrellas of any form? Probably not. I don't think so.
Because of that, you guys don't make it as far as you want to that day. But the maps I posted in Discord are your 4 options on where you can set up for the next day.
Rayson has a lot of pelts and he has like bones from the tire. Can he make umbrellas? I mean, they wouldn't be retractable
You
or anything fancy, but
probably wouldn't even know what an umbrella is. That would
it would be
not
a thing that keeps the rain off of his head.
Right, but you wouldn't like the concept of something like that. You would wear like a coat.
Right. Okay. And is there like
Yeah.
a roof on our cart?
Yes, I did say you guys took the covered one.
Okay. Then you'll keep the pen.
DM.
Yep.
Doing a quick research, umbrellas were invented 4,000 years ago.
Really?
Wow.
Ollie's all like, I'm gonna fact check the heck out of y'all right now.
Okay, then you do know what an umbrella is.
But they're not retractable. That's the only difference.
I would not expect a
It's probably more like
retractable
I would
umbrella
imagine.
at that point.
like the Japanese style,
Yeah.
like the parasol kind of thing.
Yeah,
That would
early
make a lot of
umbrellas,
sense, actually,
bamboo
yeah.
and animal skin. They were large and cumbersome and not fully waterproof. But the concept was there.
That sounds about right.
Hmm.
What are we fighting?
The Golden
Paladins.
Suns.
Playing the rain right now.
The rain. We're gonna fight the rain.
And then the suns.
Right. I'm gonna say one of the bottom two because if this is Gwen's thing, if they're after Gwen, she'd want trees in case she can get some dryad help. So one of the bottom two with lots of trees.
I feel like the bottom left one, the positive of it is we can sneak up behind and gank people, and the downside is we might get snuck up on and ganked.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling
Yeah.
the bottom left.
But the bottom left one does have the ability to hide.
It's funny because I was thinking bottom left too.
It sounds like bottom left is.
I was like, the only advantage on the bottom right would be like the bushes and stuff that are like in the center and on the left. You could hide behind the shrubs.
I feel like the bottom right or the top right is so well groomed that if you created a trap, it would be useful because you make like an obvious, like, go check this thing out and we come after them. But the bottom left, we don't need to be quite so thoughtful about.
Also, DM, are we starting to come across like more roads, or
You're coming across like pathways. They're not like roads. They're more like these are clear like pathways that other people use.
This was actually kind of a lore question that I was curious about. So with disorder being so prevalent right now and the guild being in shambles and everything, like, is he paying attention to things like road maintenance and making sure that the trails are looking good, or is everything like way more overrun and the roads more cracked?
So interestingly enough, roads were not maintained under the guild and they were rarely used because teleportation was a major thing.
yeah?
So if
Oh,
you
yeah.
notice on the map that I
So-
gave you guys for the version in the written stories, there was a huge road network that went around the center that doesn't exist on the current map.
Oh yeah, I did not click. I thought that was like a wall.
No, that was a
yeah.
central road.
So roads have become a lot more predominant and more maintained than they were before.
Roads are starting to become back because people have to walk places again. So
Yeah.
it's not that you're starting to find more paths that are being pounded back into the ground like natural walkways. Like even where you just were on the map you're seeing, like where this probably was a maintained roadway, this canyon at one point, but now it's just a pathway where people have been walking. And
So
it's not really been
nothing-
maintained. So it's slowly being filled back in.
Interesting. So nothing's being
Strange.
maintained, but because so many people are moving, you're finding more.
Right, you're starting to
trails.
get these like convenience paths where people are naturally creating worn down like game trail style
Yeah.
that are starting to become like, okay, that's the path that everybody else is taking, and then you're starting to get natural connections.
Interesting.
Well, that's some really impressive world building thing.
So Disorder himself doesn't give a heck about roads, but the roads are being built because Disorder doesn't like teleportation.
Correct. That was part of his thing, was that because the guild was so magic reliant with the teleportation that
It was affecting things negatively.
that the guild didn't really maintain roads. And the biggest, if they weren't teleporting goods, they were shipping them on boats.
Why is that?
Because most of the major cities are on water.
So it's just more efficient.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Was there a lot of naval warfare pre-disorder, or was it pretty calm?
No, because the guild ran everything. There was hardly any war.
And the pirates were scared of the guild.
Right. So, and even the pirates were guild members.
That's kind of silly. Was that a public thing or like a hidden thing?
It was. A lot of them were guild members that were
turned bad. Like
Yeah.
that I think one of the top bounty guys was a pirate.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but
Yep.
okay. So what are we doing now? Where we wanted to?
I think we're setting up on the bottom left. And I assumed that we were just waiting for Brian to actually make the
Oh, bottom left.
screen.
I didn't know if you guys had decided that. Sorry.
Yep.
You probably said it, and I don't actually listen to you guys.
I
so.
think we like majority voted for it, but we didn't specifically state it. And this is the sun. Are these the cannibals?
No.
No. Okay.
These are the God Killers.
These are the god killers.
The cannibals
Sorry,
were
Brian.
the
I swear
the
I'm listening.
birdfolk pirates?
Yeah, they were the
There's
scavengers
just
of
a
the
lot
sea.
of bad guys right now.
Okay.
Yeah, these are god killers that, like I said in the beginning, they are being sent by Gwen's or a suitor that tried to get Gwen earlier.
Well,
The
it's
god
not
of
really like a
lovers.
true suitor, right? Because he doesn't.
No.
No,
It was just like a guy who was being petty.
Yeah.
The god of lovers' messages carved into stumps, weapons.
He's lucky
carved into
that her
stumps.
mom doesn't fucking come and just stomp him out of existence.
Wasn't he an ogre? Or am
Yeah.
I imagining that?
Yes.
But I mean, she could just be like, I'm going to cry on you until you stop existing. Deal with it.
That would be such a weird attack.
It would be, but
I'm
that
picturing
totally
the most
exists in
awkward.
Cuphead, by the way. The Cuphead game, there is a crying. It makes me think of it. It was an onion, though, of course.
But it is actually something she could do.
She could
Yeah.
cry you out of existence. And she gets really big, so she could bear hug you while she's crying uncontrollably, and you'd be screaming as you slowly become like non-existent. Or turn to a baby. I'm gonna Benjamin Button you down to death.
Yeah. People just get shrunk into little embryos and then die. That's horrific.
It is kind of terrifying. Well, I guess not to the god, because the god doesn't age, right? But any of his followers, yeah. Bear hug, cry, death.
How'd your friend die? He was hugged to death and cried on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? What?
That would be a weird way to go.
A little bit.
So what is your family tree, Gwen? I'm trying to. So we've got.
It's a really, really tall tree. I know that.
Well, that's true.
No, that's just
And
a family house.
wide, deep roots, deep roots.
It's a literal tree.
Your mom is named, like for the viewers, I guess.
I have to
Mom.
pull that up.
Mom's name is
Priscillin
Mom.
or something like that.
She's the goddess of time, right?
And stay portals and find the right folder.
Well, Gwen's finding that. Saltic, do you have a dad? Who's your creator?
His creator's the Dragonkin wizard that uh he used to run that like academy in the desert, and yeah, he built the first he like uncovered a artifact that allowed him to create the Dragonkin, and Saltek was the first one that was built.
Is there a factory line of these guys?
Um, DM said that the original there was like in like the first within Thoric's lifetime there was like a few hundred built, like I think like under 500 or something like that, and then they locked up the artifact in the vault because obviously it could get abused. But the like later versions of Forgekin like figured out how to reproduce somehow, so they can actually have kids.
Wait, can you have kids?
No.
Because you haven't figured it out yet.
Well, no, he's like the most primitive,
most primitive.
built one. The other ones like look like an actual dragonborn.
Is it like a
blend in.
society of these guys? Like, do they exist somewhere together?
Pretty sure the description just says they live within a lot of normal dragonkin society and they haven't been around for that long comparatively, only like 2 centuries, so they've only really branched out in the desert. But
how old are you compared to them?
The Shanclaw's mom said that she adventured with one.
How old is Saltex?
Whatever year we're in, he was like created on the first year of the fourth era.
He's about 4.
Because with the time skip, we're in the 214th years. He's like 205, I think.
Yeah.
205. Okay.
Yeah.
Wrestling. Gwen's mom is the goddess of Fey portals, time, and youth.
Fey portals, time. What was her name?
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Bress. Brecilien.
Wrestling. Cool. And portals.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Fey
So
portals
did her power get diminished by Disorder's nonsense with anti-teleportation?
No, because hers is specifically portals to the Feywild.
Okay, and Disorder doesn't have control over that.
Right. So that's not teleportation magic. That's like portals being ripped open between realities.
I see. Interesting. Like when she failed her chaotic magic and we all wound up at her house.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, like when we came back from that, like the portals, it's not quite like teleportation because you either get space or time. You don't get space and time.
Oh, I
necessarily.
See. That's
you pick a portal that goes to the right place. It may or may not be at the right time.
Oh yeah, interesting.
And if you want to go somewhere at a specific time, it may not put you in the right place.
But with her mom, it's probably always at the right time because
she can, but it takes a lot of effort for her even.
Okay.
But she is the only person that can truly control them.
So in a sense, she is like the ultimate playmaker of like elaborate super plans. Because if she really wanted to put the effort into, she's the only one who could make sure everything like kind of falls into place.
Right.
Interesting.
Kind of.
Only thing is the portals being super chaotic as far as time or in space doesn't really matter to them because they are timeless, so they don't particularly, I imagine if Gwen's that chaotic, their whole family probably doesn't particularly care because it's Fae stuff, Fae culture.
True.
I mean, Gwen is the most chaotic because she's still, she hasn't mastered her chaos.
That's true.
She has like 50 different ages. probably makes her chaotic. And cried on too much.
It's fine.
That's what they say when they're on fire. I saw that meme. Cool. So we're here now in the magical forest land.
Yes. So are you guys
so-
doing any prep work?
It's raining, you said in the card.
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
It's getting close to evening time.
Like the night before we're expecting them.
Yeah.
I am going around and making friends with the trees, so they are my allies in case I need their help, and seeing if a dryad lives anywhere nearby.
Rayson would probably work on treating the hide that he got off of the lion, and he would probably sharpen his arrowheads, sharpen his daggers, and just get himself mentally prepared. But I feel like there's not a lot of proper planning that he can do in this setting. Oh, and he would, for an hour as a record, juggle balls to get better at sleight of hand with his telekinesis.
Okay.
And he would also study a little bit on Long Strider and the other Wood Elf magic that makes you super sneaky. What's it called, guys? Plus send us south.
Do what?
Pass without a trace.
Pass without a trace. He would study Pass without a trace, Long Strider, and he would spend time juggling with telekinesis, along with sharpening his weapons, making the pelt.
Gotcha. All right. Boudica, what are you doing?
She's going to take out the robe of useful items and pull out the iron door and set it up in the middle of the woods.
Okay.
And it's just gonna be right there where that blue line is.
Just gonna be there to confuse them, or is there
Yeah.
right on?
Is this
They'll
some
be like,
kind
"What the
of
fuck is this door about?"
psychological tactic I've not seen?
I'm trying something.
Yeah.
I see.
It's
Well,
very Fey. I like it. We sometimes put staircases up to nowhere in the middle of the woods. Usually sometimes they have a portal at the top. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's just mystery.
Yeah, in a Fey forest, it could certainly be distracting.
All right. Ollie, what are you working on?
Ollie, there's not really much he can do. I will say that he's just getting ready for the for the attack the next day, and just helping however way he can with other people.
Do you have the heat metal spell?
I do not. I think was it Bodica? Bodica, do you have the heat metal spell?
No.
Okay, that was then New Wig. I
New
believe.
Wig's the one that has it. It's
okay.
it's only a bard and druid spell.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Bard and Druid, not Cleric.
Yeah, Ollie's not much of a trap maker. He's more of a builder. So.
Well, I was thinking about using heat metal because you can, if you're welding metal, right, you need it to be red hot. So if you have a way of magically creating hot metal, you could be working on your
Yeah.
smithing, but I don't think we have anyone capable of helping with that.
Unfortunately not. If there's any like stray bits of wood, Ollie will be collecting them, and anything, even with like a hint of magic, he'll try to collect that, so that he can try to use it as reagents later. for his crafting.
Roll a Arcana check.
An Arcana check. Dirty 30.
Damn.
Roll a nature check.
Can I help him with that one?
Yes.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
I'll cast guidance
Natural
on
20.
Whoa. Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
And a
All
nat
right.
1 on the other end.
you.
Save or suck. All right. You're looking around for stuff that's magical, and you look for interesting things that might be magical. And with Raceland's help, you stumble across some old snail sheds that are this blue color, and between them you're able to you find this this nest that's full of them, and these are some type of magical snail. At one point you're not sure what kind, but you gather all the shells in this abandoned nest, and you figure you probably have enough to make at least a common item out of it. So I would say mark down snail shells and just put common next to it in your notes.
Okay. Awesome.
Or blue snail shells common.
Common item like reagents, right?
Yeah. So it's the equivalent of a common magic item.
That is amazing.
We could use. We
Ollie
could make
will
something
show-
fun out of that.
Show them off to Race and look. These aren't these amazing? I mean they're
What
beautiful.
a beautiful thing that is.
Yeah.
I bet we could make something really exciting about that if we use our imagination, put
Yeah.
our wits about us.
I mean, in
Fascinating.
theory, this could literally make our next bag of holding.
Well, that's uncommon, ain't it?
Ollie, you're trying to think about like what magical snails. The only one you can think of is a flail snail, and you're like, these are way too small for that.
Yeah.
But then you're now it just, and then you spend the rest of the day thinking while you're gathering all of these. You're like, well, where do flail snails come from? Like, what does a baby flail snail look like? Are these baby flail snail shells? Like, and you just kind of think about that the rest of the evening. And it's something that when you find, if you ever find the downtime, that's something Ollie would probably want to look into or think about. I would imagine, just to be like, where does it? Does anybody know what a baby flail snail looks like?
Got it. Yeah, I'm adding that to the list of things to research.
Because you can tell immediately from picking them up that there's magic in these little shells, but you have no idea what kind of shell they are. And
Just imagine the bag of holding being like 100 like linked little shells.
Yeah, to have like a shell design.
It would look pretty silly,
well,
but it would be cool.
when you enhance them with magic, you're basically sucking the magic out of them and transferring it to something else.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Ooh.
So basically, you have all these little shells that are little, basically.
So if you
they're
have
little
like
stores of magic.
1,000 common magic shell pieces, can you turn that into a single uncommon magic piece? Because
Yeah,
you're building
so
enough magic out of it.
yeah, so it's instead of, you know how in the description it says you spend the gold.
Yeah.
It's the gold or the time with the stuff. You're basically replacing the time component of it, and or the magic time component of it, or the gold component of it, with the magic that's in these shells. Or and when he was doing other stuff, it was magic in the Rakshasapa, or the magic that's in the whatever. stuff that has latent magic in it.
Well, you
You
said
can
there's
pull
magic in the Raksasha bar.
the one that you guys had before.
The old school one, yeah, the
Yeah.
actual Raksasha bar.
Right. So if when you guys find stuff that has magic in it, Ollie can extract magic out of it to cheapen and quicken the time it takes him to make magic items.
Interesting.
Same as using magicite. It's just you're finding it in a natural source instead of just in the refined stone.
Awesome. Yeah, Ollie's excited about that, and that's what he's going to be focusing on and thinking about for the rest of the day.
Awesome. All right, and Saltec.
Don't believe Saltec has anything to prep for right now.
You make more ghoul zombie armies.
I
I
don't
guess
think I
we
have any
didn't
other
get the
dead bodies
bones or
nearby.
anything because they all vanished.
Yeah,
Right.
I would need a full-on corpse, I think,
Did
or
any
at
of
least
them not
enough body
disappear?
parts to like make close to a corpse.
No, the body's burned away.
Okay. And we probably shouldn't murder people for it because Gwen would get upset.
I think everyone would
That was
get
a
upset.
joke. That was a joke. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess Saltek is just kind of writing down in his journal stuff about he's like just really pondering about like the what are they called? Shikari?
The Zakia.
Zakia.
Zakya.
Zakia. Okay, yeah, he's writing about that. He's probably trying to ask people and piece together what happened because he doesn't remember while he was a lizard. Yeah,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay. And I got everybody, right?
Yes, I have one other thing I want to do.
Okay, what's that?
What about Boudica? Did Boudica get
Yeah.
gone? Okay.
Do we have, like, when we went to the first cave, we got just some basic weapons and stuff, and then when we got to the Orc City, we got better weapons, and then we got to the forges, we got better weapons. So, do you have some spare swords? I need 2 spare swords.
You also just got 5 swords from the Rakshasa, so you guys do have
Yeah,
extra swords.
yeah. Can I have two of the swords?
The long swords?
It doesn't matter.
Sure. Here's 2 of them. Ollie will hand them.
Okay. And I am gonna go and I'm gonna plunge a sword into each of these large rocks.
Does
Okay.
her magic kick in to allow it, or is that going to require a strength check?
I want you to roll an athletics check first to see if you can do it by brute force, and then that will tell me how much religious power you need to force it in.
Okay. So my athletics is probably nothing. Okay. It's plus 10.
Okay, and then roll a religion check.
Okay. I'm better at that.
Okay. This one, there's a nice crack, so you're able to get it in pretty easily. Do another set for this other one down here.
Okay. Okay.
Does this make her chaos magic go crazy, or is it fine?
We're gonna roll that in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, that
Oh,
one
wow.
you're able to slide it
That was,
actually
like, better,
into the
just-
stone.
That
yeah.
one you're just like,
Okay. Roll
Needed to warm up with that first one. Just
roll to tests or roll 2 checks on your wild magic. Okay.
are they programmed so that when you roll, you find out what you would have rolled if you failed?
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't want to do 2. I didn't want to do 2 separate things, so it just
It makes it more seamless.
it rolls
that way.
both of them, and then if it's a success, we take the number. If it doesn't, then it just roll the D100 for no reason.
Right.
Awesome. So those are set up.
Just trying to make a little.
Do they do anything to her?
I'm just
She
trying to
feels
get
more
myself
comfortable here.
Okay.
some power. Make it in my little domain.
It's technically she's worshiping herself, which is really fascinating. It's like spiritual masturbation.
I don't know that I'm really worshiping myself, but I'm just sort of making an altar to myself.
She's marking her territory.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
She's-
my little
okay.
field.
She's spiritually peeing on a
That's
tree.
This is mine. This is where my religion comes from.
These are this is the boundary of my territory.
spiritual peeing on rocks. Like
Look, she doesn't know that it's gonna do anything, but anything that might give her like an upper hand, you know.
All of a sudden, Gwen's muscles like triple.
Well, if nothing else, Gwen at least thinks it's better because the first one kind of was tough and the second one was a lot easier. So she's convinced that it did something.
Plus, it looks really cool, guys.
It does look cool. Even I'll agree to that.
I
Looks
also
cool
want to type
as
in
heck.
mid-journey spiritual peeing to see what it gives me, but I also don't want to get our account banned.
Yeah, probably don't want to get our account banned either.
It seems weird that it'll ban your account when it's literally just a private message between you and a robot.
I've gotten warned multiple times on there for things, so
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
I've
why would
gotten warned, but I don't know how much warning it takes before it's like, no, seriously, dude, you have a problem.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've gotten warned, but I guess, tried to make something out of the same thing so many times. I've definitely gotten messages being like, prove that you're a human.
All right. So, any last minute things you're gonna do?
Did I make friends with the trees? And I assume there's probably no dryad, but
You don't find a dryad, but you do make friends with the trees. All right. So, you guys turn in for the night. You guys get settled in. I'm assuming you guys set up the hut.
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
You set up the hut, get settled in for the evening. The next morning, you wait, assuming you're going to get attacked, and nothing happens. Eventually, your hut fades after the 8 hours. You think maybe that's when it's going to happen. Nothing happens. By about noon, if you're still sitting here waiting, still nothing has happened.
this is making me more nervous.
During this time, I'd be sending my familiar out every 30 minutes or so, trying to find any hints of something coming after us.
They don't see anything.
At about noon, I'm going to recast the tiny hut and put it in front of the door,
Okay.
and I'm gonna just sit in it.
All right.
Here's the letter. Are we sure that oh well, I mean they don't usually I don't think they're from the Feywild, so I don't think they'd have the wrong time. You guys are sure this has been 5 days? You know I'm not good with days, right?
We're
You
on day
guys
5,
are sure the date is correct. How long are
they're
you gonna
stalking
wait
us,
here?
right?
A day, maybe? Yeah.
Do we want to
Yeah. I'm waiting the whole 20 till tomorrow morning.
till tomorrow? Okay.
I seriously peed here. There's no one missing my stand.
I seriously peed here.
All right. You guys wait the whole day. The 8 hours drops again. Go in the evening. Still nothing. At night, you set up your hut again. Nothing. The next morning, dawn comes again. Still nothing.
This is bullshit. My plan is not gonna work.
How did they? Because the Rakshasa and the Parliament said that they were scrying on us. Did the Golden Suns mention how they knew where we were?
Well, none of them said they were scrying on you. You guys just assumed they were scrying on you.
Oh. Perhaps these
Well,
ones don't, and they have lost us.
This is ridiculous that they would send a challenge and then not show up.
Insulting.
Or
Really.
maybe this worked.
But I mean, hopefully it did. Hopefully that was the reason. But I think we should probably continue on with our journey.
I agree.
We have
Alright.
the sea scavengers that that we may need to face next.
How big is the stone that you shove the sword into?
They're pretty big rocks. You
So
can't
Yeah, that
take
was
them
like
with you.
They're
that was
too
like
big
full
to take with.
bedrock.
We
Those
have.
are-
Do we
those
have
are
the
like
reduce
boulders.
enlarge spell?
That wouldn't help. These are like they climb. You can climb on them boulders. They're like the size
Okay.
of trees.
So we couldn't reduce them into being.
No.
Plus, that only lasts for like a minute, and then they'd be on the thing and be like, boop.
Well,
That would-
that
that
also
would be
only
fun,
works
right,
on,
yeah.
I think, a humanoid or
Yeah.
a creature.
Oh yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, it
All right.
sounds like there's 4 reasons why that wouldn't work.
All right, you guys pack up and get ready to head out.
Gonna take at least this sword back out.
All right.
Oops. And also, I disappeared.
As you guys are loading up, you guys are getting ready to walk away. Boudica.
Yep.
Roll a perception check.
Oh no.
Okay. The door you pulled off your robe of useful items is a metal door.
Yep.
Can't move it. It's going to live there now.
Yep.
You guys are starting to walk away. You hear a knock on the door.
That's
Uh.
creepy.
I think it's for me.
You guys turn around and you go back to the door. And do you go to open the door?
Does the door have a peephole?
It does not.
I'll open it.
Do we
Well,
want to?
she gets ready to open it. I've got like my knife drawn, and I'm standing at the side of it.
All right, in for a penny, in for a pound.
All right.
Hiding in the bush.
So who's opening the door?
I
Gwen.
know.
All right. Gwen, you put your hand on the door and you turn the handle to open it.
And your hand explodes, and the gods
And
attack.
we'll find out what's on the other side of the door next week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because that's a good place to stop. And I like the cliffhanger there. So
Yeah.
we're going to stop right there.
That way we're not pausing halfway through a combat again.
Yeah. So we're going to stop. We'll end right there. And we'll pick up next week and see what's on the other side of the door.
Awesome. Thanks,
Sounds
TM.
good.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good.